Back again. Grappling Dads. Paul here. Kip over there playing with his microphone.
Yeah, what the hell, dude? Did you see that?
I did. Your microphone
It's all popped up and shit.
thing was coming off.
A fucking spit taker. That's what I call it.
Hey, this is part 2. Because the pro tip was 8 miles long.
Still is.
Still is.
Now it's 7.25.
Yeah. So last week we got apparently I don't even know if it's halfway through. I really don't.
No,
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
And I'm like, we'll power through it for sure. No. And then I started scrolling and scrolling, and I finally scroll real fast.
I'm just gonna scroll fast now. It's gonna be different.
I'm like, no, we're gonna go ahead and make this a twofer.
Twofer.
All right. So, what was it about again? Oh yeah,
something about athleticism.
How did strength and athleticism bastardize? Just kidding, Jiu Jitsu. But yeah. Oh, we got a lot of hate. Not really hate.
No,
it wasn't hate. It was love. It was
it was constructive input.
Constructive input and criticism. I liked it. Mm-hmm. And they're not wrong.
Well, no. Well, that one dude that was like, "Do you want to be a scrawny nerd?" I'm like, "That's what the sport was made for."
Yeah. I'm not mad at being a scrawny nerd myself.
No.
I'm getting less scrawny and dirty though.
No, you're getting pretty ripped again.
I know, it's weird.
Do not buy a bucket hat. I'll fucking disown you.
Gotta go find it.
I will fucking disown you. You think you're big, bad, fucking almost purple belt. I will take your ass down. Dude, the blinding rage will kill you. Just alone from me. Fair.
All right. I will. I'm still going to find it. Just for old time's sake. It's for the show, Kip.
It's for the show. Posterity and things.
Well, it's cool. It's like 15 years apart between bucket hat shots. So
yeah, I'll get some mustard to stain your fucking shirt.
Well, it's funny. I was just gonna say I got to go buy a wife beater and throw that on. You know, get a hole and a mustard stain. Yeah, like you say.
It's a good look.
Yep, that's
for no one.
Yeah,
ever.
For no one ever. Yeah, it's just a. Yeah, I'm gonna feel real bad about myself, but I'm gonna do it for posterity.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do some sponsors.
Oh yeah. Go.
Yeah, and we're gonna start with the butt hurt one. Hey, Chad.
Hi, Chad.
How you doing?
We love you, bro.
We do love you.
Yeah.
And he's our number one sponsor.
Favorite
Literally, he was the first one.
Most important.
He was the first one. Black Line Jiu Jitsu, Chad Pomeroy, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Has a beautiful beard, by the way.
He does have a great beard.
In case you were wondering about his facial hair.
Yeah, like if that's how you pick a gym.
Yeah.
Good beard.
If you're going to pick a gym based on facial hair, for sure, Black Line's your spot.
Overall skill level, quite high. Quite high.
He did beat my ass the other day.
Yeah,
made it look easy.
Yeah. Butter knife.
Yeah, I thought, it's been a while since we rolled. I'm probably doing better. Turns out I'm not.
Turns out he's almost a black belt.
Weird, huh?
Whatever.
Funny how that works.
So, but yeah, we didn't. He claimed he didn't care. I don't believe him. And he's a great sponsor. You guys should check us out there. You can check out Chad, learn a few things, possibly run into a grappling dad. Yeah, it'll be a fun time. So come check us out. Check out the website.
Unless you're in a no-gi, we will not. In fact,
if you like to wrestle sloppy fish, that's on your own time. Yeah. So when we start our school, no no-gi, none. We're literally going to cut ourselves off from half the sport.
Just hire a wrestler. Just drill takedowns or something. Whatever you guys do.
I don't know. Yeah. Do you want me to spray you with water so it just makes you feel at home?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do with you.
Perfect.
But no, definitely check us out. So next up is Top Mount Apparel, and the reason why I'm bringing them up is we got our new swag.
Oh, bro!
A little over a week ago.
I was going to text Al.
You never did you?
And I did not. So I thought, I'm just gonna wait 2 more days and mention them on the show.
Doing on the show?
So we got the swag. Swag? How do you say that? Swag? Okay, it's not swing.
Swing.
All right.
No fucking.
But it made me go swing. Dude, the shirts, the new supplier we got, I love them. I got a weirdly built body, and
you kind of do.
I like shirts that are a little bit more fitting.
Yeah.
And these shirts are awesome. I'm a huge
and they're
fan.
long.
Yeah,
they're long because that's my problem. Is I'll get that thin fucking. Not tight's the wrong word, but the thinner cut.
Yeah, if you
athletic cut, I don't know what the hell that is, but the slim cut, and they're always like belly shirts.
Yeah,
I'm like, I want a large because I'm tall.
So kudos to your new shirt supplier. And
kudos to Top Mount.
Awesome.
You guys are becoming like really legit with that.
I love the new shirt designs.
Love them.
I'm a fan. Except for I have one gripe, just one.
Okay,
I'm gonna throw this out here. One shirt is the Hick Gi shirt.
Yes.
And I thought that was awesome and funny.
Yes.
Until my kid read it and goes, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
And I went, nothing.
Yeah.
This is a conversation I don't want to have.
Yeah, you approached it different than I did. I went ahead and explained.
Oh, yeah? I did not. To my 8-year-old.
They glazed over halfway through. It's fine.
No, it means nothing.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's Latin.
But it's a great... it's Latin. Spanish? I don't know.
I don't know.
Al's Spanish. Al speaks Spanish.
Pretty sure it's Hebrew, yeah.
Hebrew. That works. But no, guys, check it out. The Darce Donuts is hilarious, and Jordy wanted one, so...
Oh, yeah, he was like, dude, where'd you get that shirt? I'm like, our sponsor.
I just turned and showed him the left shoulder. I'm like, ha, ha, ha.
I seen that interaction. I walked up on him like, yeah,
that's right. It's a great shirt. My favorite is the roll-on shirt. That one's great. It looks like a Red Hot Chili Peppers symbol in the middle. It's really cool. It's red. It's a gray shirt. So I like colored shirts, shaded shirts, not so much black.
I like the gray one, the Roller Go Home.
Yeah, that's the one I was going with. Yeah, that's it. Roller Go Home. It's a good one. It's a very good one. And I do wear the black one, which is saying something because I don't like black shirts all that much.
Yeah, you have very, very few black clothes.
I have a lot of black clothes, but I don't wear them. I don't. I have two.
I have
like
dogs, dude.
I turn whatever color the cat and dogs are.
You live in a farm, like a little mini farm.
Kind of do.
There's 3 kids and 4 animals.
Yeah, there's a lot of animals.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro. And then you actually have friends that come over all the time?
I do. A lot of them. Yeah.
I shudder.
Yeah, no. You hate people. Paul hates people.
People aren't my thing.
No.
I like my alone time.
Yeah, you're sad.
Yeah.
But no, check it out. What's my favorite one? The black one that says, "This is I'm wearing this shirt or whatever."
This is my jiu-jitsu shirt.
Yeah, this is my jiu-jitsu shirt.
My other jiu-jitsu shirt's in the wash.
I was like, yeah.
Like truer words have never been spoken.
Dude, that was great. So you guys got to check them out. What's the other one that's on there? Darce. Hickey.
The red one.
No, that's kind of an older one that I picked out. There was one other one. I don't remember.
Damn it.
We're bad people.
We are bad people.
But anyways, check them out at topmountapparel.com. GD10 at checkout. Save yourselves a few dollars. And we appreciate it because it shows them that we're not worthless.
And thank you, listeners, for supporting them because that supports the show. So, I hear occasionally I'll see like posts and stuff about thanking us for introducing them to Top Mount.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah,
well, and if you ever notice, like a lot of our listeners that I'll see like our Instagram page, like all of a sudden you'll see that like also followed by Top Mount. I'm like, hey!
Exactly.
Hey, you had no clue who they were. Now you do. So, no, we love them. They're great people, great set of guys over there. They just want to further the sport and further, the knowledge. And it's great stuff. So, definitely check them out. Last and... no, we have one other and last. I keep forgetting about Croyler. Yeah. But this guy's way more important. Tap Tape. And I would like to bring up Dave, one of our mega fans and who we love. He broke his toe.
Oh, I seen the picture.
And he got his first excuse, which is sad because he should be using it anyways, white belt.
Wouldn't have broke your toes if you already had that on them.
Or
of course
tape your fingers, dude. Yeah. Come on.
Don't
where
bring
you're
your
at.
Too.
Jeez, people.
Somebody pulled my pinky trying to release a choke yesterday.
White belt?
No. Was not a white belt.
Are you
pulled on my pinky.
Are you fucking serious?
To release the choke.
Are you serious?
I almost let him break it just for spite.
Yeah, I think I would. I'd be like, I have tap tape for that. I'm not going to ask who, but I'm quite disappointed.
So, Dave, how did you break your toes? How?
Yeah, and those ones, the one in the middle, those are certainly protected.
Because when I started, I was as spazzy as they come, which is why I preach against said spazziness, because I was that guy.
Agreed.
But I never broke my toes. What are you doing to break your toes?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know. You gotta like write in and explain what happened for the toe breakage. Like every now and then I can see maybe a big toe getting scuffed or something. You get a little rug burn, and even that I don't get anymore.
Well, I busted one toe. I busted my big toe.
Did you get it caught between mats?
No.
When we had those old ones?
Oh, yeah, I did. I broke my toe twice. But that was the mats,
I can see
the key mats, and then the other one was
usually like
in
a pinky or a big toe.
Yes, it was. It was a big toe. It was a big toe. I got it wrapped in someone's gi, and they kept coming at me.
Yeah.
That made a horrible noise and felt terrible. And then the other one was in the key. There was my pinky toe in the keyhole mats. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
It was one of I just rolling. I rolled.
Yeah.
I was like, rolled after running. I was running
puzzle
for warm-up.
mats can be a motherfucker.
Oh,
for
dude,
sure.
I fucking hate them. But we'll probably have him at our gym.
But yeah, Tap Tape is fixing him up, though, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeps
So
him on the mat.
Yep, and thanks a lot for supporting our sponsor there, Dave, and using the best tape that there is.
Excellent. I do love me some Mikey.
Yes, I do.
Wonderful.
He's such a great guy. He made an advertisement. I don't know where we're going to use that.
I don't either, but it was fun.
But it was funny as shit. Yeah. He's making some kind of video, too.
Yeah.
Really interested to see what happens there.
It's fun.
I love it. It's craziness. But yeah, check out Tap Tape on Amazon. Leave a review. It's great stuff. You guys will love it. We have no doubt about it. Eric is still using it.
Nice.
When he shows his lazy ass up to class.
Come on, Eric. Get your shit together,
Hell, he's been there like once in 7 months. Anyways, moving on. Way to be a blue belt partner, you jack off. And
slowly disappearing.
I know, just what the hell, dude? You're doing the most.
Thanos got to. He's like slowly fading.
You're turning to dust, sir.
No.
But dude, seriously, he did his blue belt test with me, and he has slowly but surely either injured himself because I guess he dislocated his hip or some bullshit, like an old man.
Because I knew he went to a competition and got his shoulder jacked up.
That was that. This was a new one, and like his foot was all numb or something. And I'm like, dude, both my hands are numb. Stop being a bitch. And
speaking of bitch, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, my white belt.
Apparently he hurt his knees and he won't be training at team training. He'll be our videographer, which I think is wonderful. But bro,
I think he's going to roll. He was rolling yesterday. He texted me after class. He said it felt really good.
The last I heard, his knees hurt and he didn't want to roll.
No,
and I just wanted to.
I guess it was pretty bad. He said it was pretty bad. Like it was making it so he couldn't even crouch. Like he couldn't sit on his knees.
What must that be like?
You mean to be able to sit on your knees?
That must be awful.
Yeah, who would want to live with that? We've both been
Austin.
there. I didn't even stop. I heard myself. I missed one class. I'm like, fuck you, I'm going back.
Yeah, I paid too much not to be here.
I cried like every time. Like, oh, you touched me. Oh, whatever. White belt.
It'll heal. Just keep coming.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
Tape it up.
Tap tape.
Tap it up. Tap it up.
Just run a whole roll of that bitch over
here.
Yeah,
but definitely check them on Amazon, guys.
Leave a review. I think you already said that.
Yeah, I did, but that's okay. Say it again. It's very important. Number 2. 479. I don't know. He's under the line. Croyler Gracie.
Do we have to say Croyler Gracie or like just Jiu Jitsu podcast now? Because I'm not sure what he wants to advertise. Maybe both.
Well, the more interesting of the two is
definitely
Andrew.
Private. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I went the wrong direction. Yeah, his private lessons are amazing.
I'm going to get one Saturday.
You motherfucker.
What's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. Here's my hopes and dreams. We have the super fight Saturday, and I get a private lesson before the super fight. Yes. So I'm going to have Croyler teach me what I'm going to do to tap him out during the private lesson because that's going to be hilarious.
The only problem is he's going to tell Andrew what he showed you.
I don't care. I'm still going to use it.
Yeah, that's kind of the
strong,
point of this whole thing.
I can muscle my way into whatever position I need to be in.
I can't wait till it doesn't work. But it's fine. Totally fine.
I can't wait till it doesn't work. It's going to be fun to watch you try. You're adorable.
I can't wait to see the video because I'll be at work. I will be at work.
That's a damn shame.
It is, but that's okay. Are we doing a podcast with them afterwards?
Yes, that's the point. That's going to be our 100th
So
show.
I will be there for that. Yeah. So this is going to be our 100th show. So we're going to have a giveaway. Al's on board, Mike's on board because I'm going to tell him to.
Right.
And he always says anything you need. So this is going to be what we need. So it's going to be our biggest giveaway, I think, yet. We're going to throw something that we have working also. So keep your eyes out on our Instagram and our Facebook page because we're definitely going to do it up for our 100th episode. And
is Nathan helping with that? Because
yes.
I don't know.
No, Nathan helps with everything.
Nathan, you're my hero.
Nathan's looking into patches for us.
Are you shitting me?
No, he's doing it for
Nathan.
us. Larry's working on...
and he has the most beautiful blue eyes, too. I seen the little post with the coffee mug.
You mean the cat?
Did he have a cat in his hand?
No, that was his profile picture.
Oh, gotcha.
He's our IT department, if you guys didn't know. Yeah. So one of our listeners sent an email, and it didn't get through, so Nathan had to go find it, and then he forwarded it to us. We did get it, so we will be approaching that at some point in time. So
that's not going to be this show, not going to be the next show, but maybe the show after that.
Yeah,
because it's a little.
And if you guys give us more money, we can do more of these shows.
That's right. So much more money though, because
Yeah, it's got to get up exponentially.
I work so much.
And we're just going to, guys, it's okay. But yeah, we'll get to it. Just to let you know it's there. We did receive it, but he had to go get it. And I told the listener, I'm like, I had to have IT. I asked him, I go, did you send it to our email and blah, blah. He's like, yeah, I sent it through the website. And then as he did that, Nathan's like, dude, it's right here. Boom, he sends it to me. And I go, oh, our IT department found it. Don't worry about it. He goes, you mean Nathan?
He knows.
Like,
that's what we mean.
IT department. He's part of the team.
I like it.
So, but yeah, you guys, just going back to the end of the sponsors, Corley Gracie Jiu Jitsu, check them out, Elkhart, Indiana.
Get yourself a private. Join his gym if you're in the middle of Nowheresville, USA.
If you like RVs and jiu-jitsu, go to Elkhart.
Easy way is to have him come out for a seminar if you own a school.
Yeah, because he's got some coming up. Oh, no, dude. He was blowing minds. There wasn't one school he went to that wasn't in shock and awe of what he was showing. So that should tell you something. There's black belt that has now kept tabs on him, and kept in communication back and forth. Corler sent it because he was so impressed. And this is a black belt that was a pretty high degree black belt that was just blown away by the things that he was teaching.
Fun sauce.
So that's freaking awesome. Check him out. Corley Gracie Jiu Jitsu. Just search Croyle and it'll just find him. Yeah. And it's pretty amazing. So
they also have a podcast. So if you're looking for an afternoon nap or something,
move on from that shit. That's child's play. 45 minutes.
Step up your game, boys.
They can't. They can't because they run out of entertainment. About 4 minutes in.
Shots fired.
Oh no! Accuracy hurts. All right, let's do the show.
Oh
God, no!
One more thing.
Well, is this sponsor related?
Sort of.
Okay.
We have another pillow buyer. Norman.
Norman's awesome.
And homeboy called it his emotional support pillow, and that's what it shall be referred to from now on.
He had it on the lawnmower, in the car,
in the gym, at work. Homeboy, you're fucking awesome.
That was fucking sweet. So we did get your email, by the way, but we were waiting to talk about it on the show.
So if you do decide to eventually listen to the Just Jiu-Jitsu podcast, buy yourself an emotional support pillow. Because you will be needing it to take a nap during the show. Yeah.
So, hey, just to let you know, Paul, we became in the upper 50% of sales on TeePublic.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Now that we're leaving them.
Now that we're like, it's been real.
Deuces.
I think we can still have the...
No, we're going to still have it. Just
so people can sell our stuff and we still get a commission.
Yes.
Right?
So we'll still be there if you guys want to find it. But Nathan's got some... Have you seen it?
No.
Good. Will you look at the conversation occasionally? For Christ's sakes.
It just gets so deep. I get overwhelmed.
Well, there's a lot of just bullshit in amongst all the cool stuff.
We should probably hang out every now and then and talk about that.
We don't have time for that shit.
I know.
This is our hangout time, people. Like, you don't get it. You were like, oh man, how do you guys get this great thing? Like, we're just sitting there hanging out with you guys. Because that's what we're fucking doing.
Yeah. This is us catching up over a long week of being apart.
We run slowly to each other before before the music starts. It's fine.
We looked longingly at each other over the fence over the weekend as we were both busting our ass, slinging mulch, and you were digging dirt. It was
digging dirt with literally half an arm. I was just like, I told my wife when we finally got done digging up, I'm like, yeah, that hurt the whole fucking time.
Yeah, between my shoulder and my knees and wheelbarrowing stuff up and down my stupid hill. And then I burnt myself to a crisp.
Dude, you were a fucking lobster. Holy shit.
Like, that was stupid.
Oh, that was fun. Like, I just watched you as we were driving by, because Paulie's out front doing his mulch with his shirt off like a fucking farmer with jeans on.
I didn't want to get a farmer's tan so bad.
Yeah, no, neither do I. But I drove by him, and I literally turned to my wife and go, yeah, he's going to burn the fuck out of himself, because you were already pink.
Was it really?
Yeah, when I drove by, I was like, when we left, you were already pink. I'm like, he's going to... A good friend would tell him.
Can't even send a text later.
No.
Bro, you should probably put a shirt on.
It was funny. But anyways, yeah, great weekend of doing work.
Yeah, hated it.
Yeah,
it felt good when it was done, though.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I got to do it again this weekend. So, and my $1,000 pool opening happens tomorrow. So everybody, if you're part of the Grappling Dads Nation and you can find my house, you can jump in my pool. Because I spent $1,000 getting the motherfucker open.
I want it to be put to good use. All right, let's get the rest of the last week's pro tip started, shall we?
Good Lord, it's long.
So, last week we talked about kind of why athleticism got more of a big deal in jiu-jitsu. Also, if you're winning the competition, winning all the competitions, I should say, it doesn't necessarily mean you have the best jiu-jitsu. It might mean either A, you're sandbagging, B, we should do a pro tip on how do you know if you're sandbagging, B, you're like a big fish in a small pond, C, you're really good at manipulating the rule set. So there's
which was probably the one that caught the most flack.
Yeah. Or D, you're like Hunter and you're just a badass. That happens.
He won
They're
again.
out there.
FYI, he won again.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
fucking Lord.
Yeah. Keep sending those videos. They're awesome.
Is he hates points. So he loved the last episode, and he loved our stance. Paul Elliott, on the other hand, did not.
Oh, I got to read his email. I forgot about that shit.
He was so mad at us.
Oh, the email was perfect.
We're going to have to pick and choose what we take out of that fucking the rest of that massive amount of writings.
Maybe. All right, I'm going to get started. So number 3 on the list is the white to blue belt legacy issue. When we are early in our jiu-jitsu journey, let's say white and blue belts, we sometimes get the itch to compete and test ourselves. Like Larry. And that stage in our journey...
Fail.
At that stage in our journey, physicality and athleticism play a much more instrumental role in your success or failure in competition than clean technique. We see it all the time. Watch white and blue belts. Generally speaking, the more athletic, the more physical competitors at that stage win. Since there is very little technique in their arsenal, they rely on athletic buffers to amend for their lack of technique. That's a big deal. Like if you're the badass power lifter and you're a blue belt or a white belt, probably gonna win against some blue belts and white belts.
Because it's gonna cover your holes more than they have.
It makes a big difference.
It really does.
I mean, even to me, like shit, I'm a 4-stripe blue belt, but I can still tell the difference between an athletic guy that comes in and he's jacked. Even if he's a white belt,
sure.
like, you're kind of a pain in the ass, you know?
Wow, you're stupid strong. Please stop.
It definitely makes a difference.
It does. Yep. And I think a lot of people brought up that point. They're like, well, the one guy said, well, would you rather be a skinny, scrawny nerd? Blah, blah, blah. But these were guys, I don't think these people were listening to the episode. They were just going by
the title.
The title.
Yeah. So I kind of fucked up.
Yeah, you
Instagram
fucked up.
Post.
God, dude, I was so pissed.
My bad. It was a really good. It was a really funny.
You were so excited to use that post.
We had so many likes on that and so much
feedback.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
They had good points. Like,
oh no, they did.
Like if you have time to do both, for sure do both.
Fuck yeah, and technique comes first. Yeah. It really should. No, you all said that. They're like technique comes first, but
we're talking about people that just buffer their lack of technique with athleticism.
Yeah, that's where we went to.
Yeah, and people think that they have to be athletic to be good at jiu-jitsu.
To compete, yeah.
Right, and that's just part of jiu-jitsu is, hey, if you want to be in jiu-jitsu, you have to have abs of steel and you have to have like beach body and not necessarily the point of jiu-jitsu. Like if you want,
oppositeville.
Right, like if you want to win competitions and stuff, that can be part of it, and sure, like you should add that to your game, absolutely. We're not mad at it. It's just... it kind of encompasses all of jiu-jitsu, not just competitions.
True.
And it doesn't need to. Like for people like, me and Kip.
Me. Namely me. Yeah. At this point, me, because somebody's getting all jacked up and bothered over there.
I am. It feels good.
No, it's good for you. Yeah, I have no problem with that.
All right.
I'm eating healthy, losing weight. I'm up to 15 pounds.
You lost 15 pounds now.
15 pounds.
Nice.
There's not that much to me, people.
He's getting smaller.
Yeah. Probably do something about that.
Yeah.
Steroids. We're
definitely.
fine.
Stem cells and steroids.
Go ahead, read.
Amend for their lack of technique. B. Add in rule set manipulation to a white blue belt competitor and you get a white blue belt competitor that performs super well in competition, even though their technique may not be the greatest. Now, I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but we cannot argue that it doesn't fit a large quantity of the competitors. Again, I'm not hating on any competitors. It's part of the game to do those things. I just want people to strive for perfect technique and not buffer it with athleticism or rule set manipulation.
But
exactly.
Yeah, and I understand like the manipulation thing. Fuck off. That's for fake competitive people, in my opinion. It's for the competitor that if they're losing, they knock over the fucking Monopoly board. In my opinion, and I could be wrong. The dads at grapplingdads.com, but seriously, I think it is. It's like if you want to manipulate, like that is how you train. You train to manipulate the system. Fuck off. You're poisoning our sport, in my opinion.
So to your point, I was listening to a Grappling Central podcast. He had Gordon Ryan on. And he
Good interview usually.
Yeah, and he was saying that, Gordon Ryan was saying it's a culture thing more than a rule set thing. If your culture is to win by manipulating the rule sets, that's a gym culture. That's top down kind of thing. Like you,
I could see that. I could see that.
You can stall in any rule set. Or you can go for the submission in any rule set. The people that stall are going to stall in any rule set, and the people that go for the submission are going to do that
that's what they were shown.
Because that's the culture. That's who they are.
That's fucked up.
And that comes from coaching, according to Gordon Ryan. I'm like, hey, he's got a good
makes
point.
sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
He goes, you can do whatever the fuck you want to the rules, but they're still going to be able to be manipulated. What you want to do is get people to go, dude, go for the submission, win or lose, go for the submission. Try to win. Don't try to stall. And you got your advantage point or your one takedown and sit on somebody.
Is it ADCC?
Yeah.
They have the no points for the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's as close to good as I think right now as you can have, because it gives the person that's going to go balls to the wall and really try, not even balls to the wall, but just try submissions.
Right.
Because a lot of submissions, arm bars. Let's go with arm bars in particular, leg locks, put you in a poor position if you miss them, or if they're defended correctly. So you get that chance to do so. Now, I see why you can't do that for a whole match, but I still do not respect somebody that goes, or a culture of a skill of a team that is, I want to win so badly that I'm just going to play the game.
Right.
It's not a fucking game.
Well, it is to me.
Well, yeah, we make everything. Everything's fun. But yeah, that's just not my thing. And if you hate me for that, that's cool.
Yeah, and
I'm good with it.
To be fair, people, like, we're just blue belts, and these are just our opinions.
And we don't even commit. And we don't even compete.
And I'm wrong a lot.
Oh, we're wrong a lot. All the time.
So, apologies.
I don't apologize. I don't apologize for shit.
No, that's fair.
I run into the wall hard.
Right, I'm going to die on this hill. All right, see. Now, we must keep in mind that from white through blue, it usually takes 4 to 6 years. So, if you are an avid competitor, you spend the first 4 to 6 years of your career focusing on rule set manipulation and on having this athletic buffer. I'm not saying you aren't developing technically or learning more jiu-jitsu. Obviously, you'd have to be. All I am saying is that you have created a reliance on those things in order to be successful in competition. Rather, a reliance on clean, perfect technique. True. If that's how you train, that's how your jiu-jitsu is.
Yeah.
So, no, that makes a lot of sense. D, this becomes a legacy issue, something we carry on throughout the rest of our competition career without being aware. In fact, not doing those things removes our edge because we have become so reliant on the buffers we gave ourselves. Yeah, once you have success with something, it's hard to just stop doing it. That's what I did too. Like, I had success using being bigger and stronger when I was young.
Yeah.
And I relied on that until that just went away. And I'm like, well, shit. Now everything is gone.
Well, and that goes, don't think that's just because Paulie got old and it went away. It'll catch up to you. We tell everybody, if you're a white and a blue belt and you're sitting there trying to smash, and you're like, just kind of stay on top. It's like, well, for one thing, like, once you become a purple belt, or get close to purple belt, that shit ain't gonna work anymore, because there's those guys that spent all that time that you were smashing and not learning and not using technique right. They were doing it to learn the technique and use it correctly. They're gonna fuck you up.
They will pass you by.
Yeah, and so
That and it's harder on your body. Like if
they all get hurt.
Yeah, if you want to do this for longevity, like you need to settle down and.
That's how I got hurt.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that's
me
how most people
doing
get hurt. Yeah,
it was someone else doing that to me. That person still does that shit too, and it's just his nature. And it's like, well, he's not going to. And all I'm saying about him is, over time, the people that started at the same time as him that don't have that mentality are going to pass him by.
Yeah, it takes a while because when you're young, strong, athletic. And you do have a certain amount of skills coming into it. You have mat time coming into it. Yeah, that lasts for a while, but it doesn't last forever.
No, it doesn't.
Ask me how I know.
Somebody lived it at this table.
I know it. All right. To correct this issue, dedicate more time to technique perfection than on the physical. Don't get me wrong. In any competition, you need to be as physically fit as possible. However, these should be secondary to your technique and your technical prowess, meaning your physical buffer should be of secondary importance to your technical development. Most people say they focus more on technique than on athletics, but do they? How often do you hear in a competition that they weren't strong enough, fast enough, or flexible enough? In contrast, how often do you hear my technique simply wasn't good enough? I don't hear that often.
You really don't.
It's usually that guy was so strong. That guy was so fast. That guy was so flexible. I couldn't get around his guard. They always say one attribute or another, right?
Well, yeah, and the top players in the game will be like he was so sound. Yeah. That one's the closest you'll get. The closest you'll get to be like his technique was better. Well, he had really sound technique. Yeah, that's as close as you're going to get to be like, he whooped my ass with technique.
I'd be hard-pressed to lose a match and go, yeah, it's because I suck. No, it's because he's really strong.
That guy beat me because he's bigger than me.
I just need to do more deadlifts, bro. G. Furthermore, the white to blue legacy issue eventually starts to affect others. Where the once white to blue belts become black belts and open schools, they start indoctrinating others to behave the same. Again, physical ability and athleticism are important as your body has to be able to perform the techniques you want efficiently. But your technique should be your primary focus. Otherwise, you're buffering shitty technique with athleticism. Once you encounter someone of the same level of physical buffer, they essentially cancel out, meaning you're left with just your shitty technique.
Oh, it sounds like my game.
Yeah, well, what if you're unathletic and have shitty technique?
I think we have an issue.
Yep, that could be a problem.
I think I just found an issue in my game.
That's right. There's some gaps in your game, bitch.
Seems pretty obvious now.
That's
and hurtful again.
That's really funny. All right. Technique is king, and it should be the primary focus of your training. Competition in mind or not. This is how you develop good jiu-jitsu, which will be good regardless of venue, rule set, stage, and so on. Athletics are second to that. I agree.
Yes, and I think a lot of the guys, a lot of the people that sparked up and said something.
We didn't get through the whole post. We didn't get to that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you guys were just, well, dude, we're not there yet.
Yeah, we haven't
Give us a fucking second, bro.
Hold on.
Jesus, we told you there's a side two.
I'm not sure what I'm going to meme this week as far as that goes. I'll have to get a picture of Gordon Ryan.
No, you should get a picture of a fat dude.
Oh.
Like a humongous, not like a jiu-jitsu, like I'm a bigger dude, like a straight up 800-pound dude that can't get out of bed.
I need to find a picture of the Mountain and Tyrion standing together.
Ooh, that'd be good. Very timely.
Yes.
Very timely.
Mm-hmm. Game of Thrones is awesome. We should do a whole show on will jiu-jitsu work against White Walkers?
I don't think so.
The dads at grapplingdads.com.
Yeah. Fill us in, people.
All right. If you flip that order, which is sadly the case generally speaking, you become tough at jiu-jitsu and maybe good at tournament jiu-jitsu. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to focus on strength and athleticism because that stuff you can develop in a year and a half or 2 years.
Yes.
Jiu-jitsu takes so much longer to develop than muscles. It's a real issue.
There's no shot you can get to be better at jiu-jitsu.
I mean, people we're talking about Gordon Ryan a bunch, but he was really good at jiu-jitsu before he got really jacked.
Yeah. Look at his brother. His brother's starting to get big.
But he got jacked after he was already winning championships. And he just did that so he wouldn't be in the same weight class as his buddy.
Yeah. He literally got jacked to get away from his friend.
Yeah. Good job, bro.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
We wouldn't want to fight each other, Paul.
No. We just horseplay.
It never stays serious.
If you both butt scoot, is that an issue?
Hey, by the way, our own personal shop that Nathan's doing is going to be up soon.
Ooh.
And there probably is. Oh, I'll guarantee there's a butt scooting T-shirt designed by Nathan on there.
Team butt scoot.
Team butt scoot. Ask me about butt scooting.
Can I get a hell yeah? All right, number 4.
We don't even butt scoot. That's the funny part.
I would though. I might do that.
Oh, you're doing it on Saturday.
I have to.
If you don't, it's a failure.
It'd be a shame on me if I didn't at this point. Yeah.
Just saying.
I need somebody to help me down so that I can.
You have to ask Andrew.
Oh, done.
Can you? I just need a butt
hold on.
scoot.
Time out. Grab my hand.
Help me down.
Yeah.
Do the cross arms. You cross your arms and hands. Have them just lower you gently to the ground.
I'll just get him behind me and I'll just slowly put my weight on him.
And then just whisper in his ear, trustful.
Trustful. He just drops me. I break a hip and he wins.
I can't trust you.
It's no good. All right, moving on. Number 4, the life issue. It takes time to advance, hone, sharpen techniques, meaning technical development takes far longer to occur than most people would like. Whereas physical development can be achieved quickly within 1.5 to 3 years. It's like I just said that. You can completely change your athletic levels. Less if you do steroids. And if you do, shame on you or good for you. Like everybody's doing them, bro. Like if you can get them.
Shut up, Paul. Fucking idiot.
I just want better knees.
Right, I don't think that would help anymore.
Nothing else does, though. There's got to be something.
You're putting steroids into a non-muscle.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my legs off just above the knees and get those blades, those runner blades.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be my go-to.
And then you can wear the shirt, heel hook this, bitch.
Oh, I like the way you think. I like where your head's at. C. Therefore, if time is against us, most people would stand to reason that focusing on athleticism will pay off faster than technique. And it's true. However, your level of athleticism will change over time. And if that's all you got, then your jiu-jitsu has an expiration date.
Yes.
Good point.
Yes.
Once again, I am not hating on anyone for working.
Yes.
It sounds so hateful, though. I am not hating on anyone for working on developing or maintaining their peak shape. In fact, I'm happy for those that are that disciplined. My point is that technique is king. And that while athletic development is faster than technical development, that mentality is penny wise and dollar foolish. It's a short-term win versus a long-term win. In jiu-jitsu, yeah. Yes. Like I said, I'm all about physical development. I've been into working out since I was a little kid watching my first Conan.
Yeah, you just got back into it.
Yeah, I mean, since I watched my first Conan flick, I'm like, I want to look like that. Never did because I can't afford steroids. Well, at least you sound like him
now when you read. So it's on the plus side.
How dare you? How dare you? That was so hurtful.
That was a good one.
You wound me. Number 5.
You stuttered. You're like,
that hurt a little bit. That was good. Foutois, mon frère. Number 5, cheating. Technical development takes time and it takes a toll on your body. My master once told me that in jiu-jitsu, we trade our bodies for technique. That is true. So, when we focus on technical development, we acquire injuries. And when we train hard, we get injuries, burn physical and mental energy doing so. Add in athletic development, which also puts a strain on our bodies, also leads to injuries and nagging pains, also leads to mental and physical energy drains. Recovery for either technical and or athletic development takes time. With limited amounts of time, we are put into a conundrum of where to dedicate the energy and time. With limited amounts of time, that decision becomes even tougher to make. This leads to steroids. Duh.
I love
what else do you
things.
want them to do, bro? God, such a hater. Now, when most people hear steroids, they think big muscles. They used to, but I think with the whole, God damn it, I'm not into bike racing. Lance hamstring. Ha, got it.
Hamstring?
Lamps hamstring. Lance Armstrong clearly took some steroids, but he wasn't jacked.
No.
So I think people are starting to get the idea of, it doesn't mean you look like Arnold.
No, not at all. Actually, a dude that I grew up with, he was just a big motherfucker. He looked like the mountain.
Nice.
But he wasn't ripped at all. Like, you would, if you looked at him, you'd be like, oh, he's pudgy.
Right.
No, he wasn't. He used to pick me up a lot and throw me over his head.
Fun.
No, not when you're a full-grown adult.
Yeah, let's take the fun out of it. Yeah. This leads to steroids. Now, when most people hear steroids, they think big muscles. Well, in cases that is true, steroids can and are used in other ways, such as higher levels of energy, muscle recovery, muscle development, strength, speed, cardio, more intensity, muscle sharpness,
smarter,
and so on. Dude, you've sold me, Coroller. Like,
yeah, I know.
You've literally just
Great
talked me
pitch.
into wanting to take steroids.
Man, half our listeners are going to try steroids now.
Trying to hate on it. I'm like, well, this actually sounds great.
Yeah.
This all sounds wonderful.
Can I buy them?
Coroller, it's backfiring. I am not saying that every competitor is a cheater, and I don't think even the vast majority of competitors are on steroids. However, I do think steroids still plague our art, especially considering most competitors or competitions don't test for steroid use, and if they do, it's such a small percentage of the competitors that it's almost ludicrous. That's true.
Yeah.
Considering how big jiu-jitsu is becoming,
it's really growing, man.
They should really probably test people.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair. Like, if one dude is taking all these steroids and some dude is...
You're going to be boxing
clean.
Back in the day. You know what I mean? Like just corrupted as fuck.
You can't do that. You got to test. Like, you got to do that.
It's such an advantage.
The problem is it costs so much to do it right because there's so many ways to cheat. Be like, I'm on steroids until I do a competition, then I'm off it. They can piss test me all they want, but if that's all they're doing, you ain't catching shit.
No.
Like, you're just not. Like, people are way smart about this. They're very
there's
informed.
so many masking agents and all this other shit.
Exactly. People know how to do it.
You need a whole different test to find the mask. It's like, oh, Jesus.
There's a documentary called Icarus, I think, or Icarus Deception.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, unless you have USADA,
you're doing nothing.
It's kind of like, why bother testing
it's
if
lip
you don't
service
have...
at that point. It's just like, we test.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Do you do the lip service because it's the right thing to do? Like, at least try something. I think you have to too. Like,
and you catch the complete morons, because that's the sad thing. Is the fucking people still get caught. I'm like, after watching that, you're like, how in the fuck do people get caught?
At least catch the morons.
Seriously, that's what they're doing. You catch the morons. The net has really big holes. It catches the big morons.
God, that's funny. To be fair, you can't be stupid and do steroids. Like, you have to be good at it to get away with it.
Or at least have good people around you.
Yeah, so
that you listen to.
You know what? I agree.
As a moron,
at least do something.
Yes.
Like, you can't have like ADCC and Worlds and at Abu Dhabi and not test. Like, bro,
it seems.
Yeah.
Well, and the guys are just stacked.
Look at them. Like, I get it. Like, there's some physical specimens out there. They just won the genetic lottery, and I understand that. But how many of them are there?
Jeez. You'll go to a local tournament, and you're like, what the fuck is that guy doing here?
Right?
Oh, Lord. Can I do my laundry on your apps?
Like, to be fair, you really never know just by looking at somebody.
You never know.
To be
it's
fair.
Just fun to make assumptions.
I like to pick on people. It's like it's like the old saying goes, you know how I can tell if somebody's taking steroids? They're stronger than me.
I'm not going to laugh at that.
Get it?
No, I'm not going to laugh.
I hate you. I'll just move on then. Such a small percentage. All right. 6. Exceptions that prove the rule. Considering most competitors are plagued by the belief that athletics are more important than technique, and it has become a norm that in order to be competitive and successful, you have to have at least the same level of physical preparation as your adversaries so that you can negate their physical buffer and hope that your technique is better than theirs. B. However, as I mentioned throughout this pro tip, technique is king. And there are plenty of competitors that break that ideology, meaning there are competitors out there that are so far ahead of their opponents, technically speaking, that they win with very little emphasis or reliance on their physicality. Damn it. Gordon Ryan's buddy. Gary Tonin.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, when he fought Paul Harris, as people say.
Paul Harris.
Like, Paul Harris vastly outweighed and outmuscled him.
Hilarious.
But
the difference.
But did it matter?
Nope.
Like, so yeah.
Paul Harris is so on steroids, it's retarded.
Like, okay, even if he's even if he's not, let's suspend reality and say he's not.
You would have to spend it a lot, like Thanos style.
Right. Yeah, right. Just snap that finger.
Oh my God.
But you know what I mean, though? Just
Yes.
just take steroids out of the equation. Yeah. He's just physically, naturally so much bigger than him.
Oh yeah, like different, multiple tonins would not have equal players.
No, but you could, I get it was a draw, but you could argue that if you were going to make the decision who won that fight.
No, it was Tonin.
It was Tonin, for sure. Yeah. He was ahead of the game.
I think he was more aggressive, and
he put him in more danger.
He put him in way more danger. Yeah. So I don't know. I wasn't a fucking draw.
No.
It wasn't like blindly like a draw. But it like, they weren't watching the same thing I was. But
I think that was a submission only, so it had to be a draw. So
was it a submission? You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yep, you're right.
But like I said, if you and I were going to judge, it would be like Gary.
Yeah, Gary won because he was the only. He was the only one of the two that got in the other in danger. Yeah, it was true.
And one of my favorite jiu-jitsu pictures is when he's being flipped. By Paul Harris, and he's just kind of got that look like whatever, bro.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
It was a good pick.
I expected this. As he's flipping head over heels.
Right. It was a good pick. Cool. All right. Competitors like Marcelo Garcia, Rafa Mendez, Ryan Hall, Comprido, and the great Haja Gracie are easy examples of competitors.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Haja for sure.
Oh yeah, that were so you can't not bring up Haja.
Not in that, in this conversation for sure.
So technically advanced that they were immediate legends in the sport. They were competitors that were successful over a span of years. We talked about how physicality has an expiration date over a number of different rule sets, over a number of different stages, gi and no gi, and their performance statistics, win versus losses, submission rates, and loss rates were essentially identical and consistent over time. All the aforementioned factors. Yeah, you got... Yeah, legends of the sport. Like, they were just head and shoulders above
their
competition no matter what.
Their technique was so much better.
Yep, that's what makes them legends. It's technique. It's not how big they were. It's how good they were.
I like it.
Soundbite. Again, to paraphrase.
You're killing it tonight.
This pro tip. The rule sets in jiu-jitsu competition have created a strict game in which, for the competitor to win, they must learn to play the rule sets to their advantage, even if it means doing subpar jiu-jitsu, stalling, turtling, out-of-bound practices. Speaking of turtling, we got an email.
Oh, Jesus.
So I didn't watch the hour and 12-minute video he sent.
Yeah, I did not.
I might get to it eventually. We're just going by what we've been taught. And again, blue belts, and I get maybe you have a point, but...
I don't know. I would have to see it in action, like first person, because it's... See, Croyler lives on the, if you're in turtle, get the fuck out of turtle.
Yeah. So, Croyler is our guru, if you will, and he says... turtle is no good.
Yeah, get the fuck out of turtle.
Right. But I don't know everything. So
yeah. Oh no, and thanks for trying to invite yourself on the show. Well played.
We don't do that.
We don't really do guests.
We don't have a way to do it. Well, the only shows we were on were with other people that have mics, so they
brought us in.
Yeah, exactly.
And thanks for having us on, Kazuchi. Great Northeast, and my favorite, BJJ Strength.
He was
having us on. Lawrence is a cool cat.
I like his page.
Yeah, I do too. I watch his shit, and I'm not going to do any of it.
I do some of it. Okay. Air quotes. I try some of it.
I tried some of it. Looked really difficult. Lawrence, your stuff's too complicated.
Lawrence, fix my knees, bro. Like, put a video out just for my knees.
Yeah,
do that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Turtling. Out-of-bound practices. The newbies that possess large athletic abilities in jiu-jitsu, even outside of competition, generally have an edge over their peers that to not have those gifts.
That sounded weird.
I read it like you wrote it. This eventually diminishes as technique level increases. However, for those that start competing early on and become avid competitors, they generally tend to become reliant on the physical edge for competition. They see the immediate benefit of buffering poor technique with athleticism. This then becomes a trend in the competitors. Competitors then must decide to dedicate their limited time to either technical development, which would be greatly beneficial for them and make their competitors' physical buffers useless, or focus on athletic development. Yeah, I get that. So people have jobs and kids and lives, and then you're like, well, I have this much time to train. Am I going to do it in the gym doing burpees? Or am I going to do it in the gym doing armbar drills?
Armbar drills are way funner.
Yeah, but everybody thinks cardio. I need cardio.
Dude, so what is that? Why is that?
So
I get it. It's
so every white belt that's ever come in the gym that's rolled, everyone bar none that I've ever spoke to, and it's been a lot, says, "Oh my God, my cardio is so bad." Like, no, your jiu-jitsu is so bad. Like you can be a world-class athlete in any sport, any cardio-centric sport. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's running, biking, swimming, soccer. I don't care.
Yes.
You can be world-class. And if you come into jiu-jitsu, you're going to think, wow, my cardio really sucks.
It's something you don't ever do.
Yeah.
It's totally different. And a perfect example of that is Mel. And so when Mel came in, Mel is fit as shit. Like she can do her diet so she gains or loses weight just on a whim. She's always done powerlifting. She's always been able to jump in and do pretty much anything that she's wanted to do. Even she was like, holy shit, this is hard.
Yeah, it makes you think that your cardio sucks. Yeah, that's not what it is.
But it's not. It's
your jiu-jitsu sucks.
Your jiu-jitsu blows.
That's
and
why.
You hold your breath. That's one thing that if anybody could learn anything, don't stop fucking holding your breath. Mm-hmm. And it's hard not to. It's like an instinct to really try and hold your breath. But if you can get past that, the faster you can get past that shit, woo. Your life would be, because Paulie taught me that. Paulie taught me that, and Morgan was really big into like just breathe through your nose. It's and just chill.
It was put to me like, dude, in every fight you have two gas tanks. Whoever's gas tank empties first loses every time.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah,
if your gas tank drains,
you got nothing. You can't defend yourself. Yeah. So you're gonna lose.
Yep. So maintain the gas tank with technique.
Yeah,
it works. All right, considering that athletic development can happen at a much faster pace than technical development, that general trend is to dedicate our time on physical development for the immediate return and hope that over time your technique gets better. However, this is a false syllogism. Good word, bro. This continues to plague the competition populace. Then any newcomer to the competition scene feels the need to become a super athlete to even be competitive to these physical specimens, and the cycle continues. Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah. So a lot of gyms are like, they promote the physicality because it's just become ingrained in the culture, I think. So you come to jiu-jitsu.
I think it's and I think it goes along with the win.
Yeah.
Win. Doesn't matter what level you're at, you should win.
So yeah, you come in and you already feel like my cardio sucks, and you're looking at these people that are beasts because part of the culture in jiu-jitsu is now athleticism. Mm-hmm. So then you think that's what it is.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay. It's the better fighter is better built.
Yeah, and it's really kind of interesting because for me, because it's the same idea to me as when they walk in, they go, what made you want to start jiu-jitsu? UFC. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah. And
you're gonna be super aggressive and stupid, aren't you? Because they are.
Yeah.
Because that's what you see.
Yeah, you think that. Well, that's what I thought when I first started. Yeah. I joined because of the UFC,
which is awesome.
I was that guy,
which is great.
Like, come on in, but get an understanding of what it is and what it's not. Yeah, and it can be for, if that's what your shit is. Yeah, it's for UFC. Yeah, you need that if you want to be in the UFC.
It's kind of important. It's been proven, but
kind of a big deal.
But when you come in, guess what? You don't know enough to make that dangerous, to make it be dangerous. Right. So. Yeah, relax, fuckers.
Exactly. Relax. All right. The exception to this ideology are the greats like Marcelo, Hoffa, Roger. They aren't the only ones, just the first to come to mind. They broke the mold by being so technically superior that while they're athletes, they aren't reliant on it at all.
Roger's amazing with that. I can't even. Right. I got to bust in because I've watched some videos of him recently. So he's like top of mind.
Nice.
And it's the kind of competition I like watching. It's the chess match. It's I'm 4 moves ahead, so I'm going to beat you. I'm not frantically moving from place to place. Because that's what it looks like. So much of the high-level shit is scramble, 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 scramble. And I'm like, oh, God, how do they either they can think faster than anybody on the planet, which is a possibility.
Yeah, I think it just becomes rote at some point. Like, you don't have to think anymore. It's
which is amazing. But with Hodger, it's just I'm smart, I'm better than you. Yeah. It's literally, I'm so far ahead of you. Watch, and you can do your stuff, and you can explode, you can do your technique, and mine's better.
Well, it's like,
it's crazy.
When the laymen at my work talk to me about jiu-jitsu and trying to explain to them the levels of the game, like I got Billy Badass at my work that comes up to me and says, hey, I think I can kick your ass. I'm like, no, I might as well be a black belt to you.
Yeah.
Because I will do things to you and you won't understand what's going on.
No, you'll be trying to punch me and I will be choking you.
I will fuck you up so easily. Yeah. I will have conversations with my buddies while I'm fucking you up.
Yeah.
Now, my coach, Chad, will do that to me.
To him.
Yeah. I might give him a couple more things to struggle with, but he's still going to make me look just about as dumb as I make you look. And then Croyler will do that to my coach.
To Chad.
Yeah. There's multiple time world champions that certain people like Croyler and Hodger and Marcella, you can just make them look silly.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter what level you're at that point. Those guys are just different. Yeah. Croyler's one of them. And if you guys didn't know that, you do now. And when you meet him and you watch him, you'll figure that shit out.
It took me a while to understand that.
Yeah.
I didn't
We didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
When I first came into this, I'm like, okay, Gracie, I get that. And then I'm a dumbass, and I'm like, well, I don't know the lineage. Well, that's stupid because he's right there with all the rest of them. And, by the way, who gives a fuck? But, it's like he's a Gracie. His mom's a badass, so deal with it. Right. And it's amazing his level of, and he won't tell you that his level is anything different than anybody else's.
Yeah, he doesn't do any self-promotion, really.
No, to his own detriment, really. Yeah. Honestly, because
I get it, but damn, bro, like...
Dude. And it's so everybody good. To be like, well, you guys are just blue belts. Well, guess what, dude? I've watched him blow the fucking mind of all kind. I've said it multiple times, dude. So
yeah, you got to follow him all out east.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, he's blowing the minds of everybody.
Legit people that are like... And he has people that show up from 2 states away.
Yeah.
Not because they're his friend, because they want to learn from him.
Paul Elliott.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's also out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Right.
Holy shit. So any state's far away from him. So, he came out to Maka House School, and that's where I saw him and met him.
Yep.
So, and he told us as a fan of the show, I was like, no shit.
You're the one. I found him. Shit.
Wow, we've gained a lot since then.
Hell yeah. All right. Unless it is an extreme need. All right. So, what is my point in all of this? Do tell. Be like Hodger. Focus on technical development. Become an incredible technician. Then, train your body to be capable of performing the techniques you desire. Don't train your body and hope that your athleticism buffers your shitty technique. I don't fault any competitor. I don't hold it against them. I don't have any negative feelings towards them. They are simply doing everything in their power to work within a system to foster athleticism over technique. They are playing the game and they are good at it, but it doesn't always translate into good technique. If your technique is good, then you can also be good at the tournament game. Remember, the central dogma in jiu-jitsu is that technique is king, and that with proper technique, we can overcome anyone and anything regardless of size or athleticism. So, why are there so few competitors that fit into the shoe? Because the tournament scene fosters the opposite, and if you want to play, you almost feel compelled to be part of that trend. This is why not all competitors, regardless of performance in a tournament, are good at jiu-jitsu. They may be good at tournament jiu-jitsu. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. Yeah.
No, we beat the shit out of that dead horse.
We really did.
That horse is fucked up.
Yeah, I think its head fell off.
I hope that was explained well enough so it doesn't make people upset.
Well, and I don't think it should.
No.
Because I think the people that because if we go to the people that made comments, and I keep bringing them up because it was just a fun post to watch. Kind of create its own monster. But all of them said that. It was technique first. So we're not really saying anything different. And I don't fault anybody for improving their game by being more athletically, endowed.
Right.
I just want to use that word. And I don't fault them for that.
No, I get it. All things being equal, if I'm significantly more athletic than you, I'm probably going to use that and win.
Yeah, well, you have no choice in a competition. Yeah. It's just going to come out. But we're not saying it's horrible. It's just not. It's not what the sport was there for. It's not what the sport was made for. The sport was made for. Did you see how big Helio was?
Yeah,
or the severe lack of how big he was? Because he's not a huge dude, obviously.
Yeah, when he was fighting Chimera, he was outweighed by all of the pounds.
All of the pounds, and didn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter, and that's what the sport is to me. Now, is that the same to everyone? Obviously not. And that's why it's a beautiful, beautiful art, is you can take from it whatever you want. And if what you want from it is victories because of, your athletic abilities on top of your technique, awesome. Fine. I'm going to make fun of you. And
just if you're going to get jacked, you have to buy a bucket hat. Have to.
Yeah.
Prerequisite.
I mean, and a wife beater. Mm-hmm. Duh. Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes.
Come on, people. Catch up. Paul did it years ago.
Gonna do it again, too.
I hate you. Oh, you were so not allowed in my backyard. I'm changing the locks.
I got to grow a flavor saver first.
Oh, Jesus. Do not. Do not.
It's going to be great.
It's not.
What's
the opposite of great?
Awesome.
Nope.
That's not the opposite.
Nope.
It's more like a synonym.
It's more like a synonym.
Okay, so I know this is getting long in the tooth, but Paul Elliott wrote a really great email in response to our last show when we called him out by name and said, Paul's going to be pissed
I know.
about this. And he's like, funny you should say that, because as you were saying Paul's going to be pissed, I was thinking of the response I was going to give.
He was frothing at the mouth.
Oh, yeah. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. So, anyway, this
also, real quick, Paul Elliott, possibly best pre-fight video ever made.
Oh, yeah. Pause on that. So Andrew and I have our death match, as we talked about.
Quote-unquote death match.
Paul Elliott from simplebjj.com made us a probably what's going to happen, like a pre-fight,
like a hype video.
Yeah, like a hype
what's
video.
going to happen?
And it is so incredibly awesome and accurate. It's unbelievable.
It really is. Except for the fatality with Paul. I guess Paul won?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, get on our page. We shared it, and then like and follow Paul because he's a funny cat. He's a funny cat. Yeah. Good dude. All right. So
fucking funny.
Paul writes, let's see. You called it. Yes, I was somewhat fuming, and I was already formulating my strongly worded letter to the editor when you invoked me. At 18 minutes 10 seconds, Croyler. The easiest way to win in a tournament match is to manipulate the rules in your favor. At 23 minutes, Grappling Dad says, we don't compete and we suck at takedowns. Therefore, we are going to manipulate the competition rules in our favor by changing the point system to not reward takedowns. Maybe even penalize them.
I don't think we said penalize, but
I think we did, though.
We might have.
Yeah, I think you actually said, like, if you do a takedown, you get points taken away.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I still think this is a great idea.
It's a great idea.
No wonder Croyler has to repeat himself with you guys. Within 5 minutes, you pervert what he says and go down the exact direction he's warning against.
It's so weird.
You literally take the defining feature of the oldest martial art, meaning takedowns in wrestling, and claim that it should not be deserving of points in a grappling art, meaning Jiu Jitsu, in case you're slow. This is mind-numbingly stupid and counterproductive. Your image of the art is drawn with crayons, and you can't even color inside the lines. Every dead founder every dead founder of jiu-jitsu is rolling in their graves, and not in a good way.
There's a good way, I guess?
Rolling, get it? I see what
you're doing. I do, but if they're dead, I'm not rolling
I
with them.
am aghast at your foolishness, and am reconsidering my support. I might even cancel my subscription. I was literally waiting for you guys to suggest that the referees ought to have frisbees because it would help the point system somehow. That's how much sense you were making. Fair.
Fair enough.
Now, with that appropriate level of vitriol out of the way, we can continue. The correct response to someone else gaming the rules is to improve your technique. In competition, I have been the victim of wrestlers getting a takedown on me and stalling. See, proves our point, dipshit.
Yeah,
God.
asshole.
I have been
Takedown.
I have been the victim of anti-jiu-jitsu installing. I have been the victim of losing by advantage or running out of time or losing because I was fighting for submissions instead of playing for points. I do not begrudge any of my opponents their win. It sounds like you are. Even if they may have been effectively gaming the system. I want to win on merits, regardless of how the other person is approaching the competition. Therefore, I must become a better wrestler. I must avoid positions where my opponents can stall or use anti-jiu-jitsu. I must improve my technique until I am able to submit my opponents and leave no doubt who was better that day. Just as I chase perfection in jiu-jitsu, knowing full well we can't achieve it, I chase tactics that will help me win every competition match with a submission, even if the reality is that it's not realistic. In effect, I put myself on the right path so that my journey is the reward rather than the impossible destination. Son of a bitch. Like he,
Doesn't he say anything nice?
Hold on, we'll get to it. This is the difference between long-term jiu-jitsu thinking and doing what will work right now. Pick any length of time from now, and I guarantee my jiu-jitsu will have increased more than any of my opponents that may have won against me by playing to the rules instead of playing for the long term. That's a good point. That's actually exactly Croyler's point, too.
Yes.
So weird how they think the same.
Odd how they're kind of similar.
Regarding time limits, submission only doesn't necessarily mean all matches will last too long. This article is from 2012, but I suspect the numbers would remain substantially the same today. 8 minutes on average. There's a built-in incentive to not have the match go on for too long if you have 3 or more matches for the day. That's fair.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Good point. If there's 8 minutes average for no limit, fair. Alternative point systems. I have heard of events that subtract a point for guard pull. Fuck you. Which means if you pull guard, you're more or less obligated to immediately turn it into a point or submission.
Which is sadly what we actually think.
Yeah, it's actually. I'm not. I want to be mad at it.
We don't bring that up, but that's actually how I feel. Yeah, and Paul feels.
Mm-hmm. This was a competition in Brazil that I was told about. You bet I'm good with that. I'm mad because you said it, but whatever. In the grand scheme of things, points determine who lost least. I want to read that again because it was great. In the grand scheme of things, points determine who lost least. At least as far as I'm concerned. You ought to win via submission, and I wouldn't have any problem saying that if you have 2 competitors in a division, there's no submission, they both get second place. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And I'd even be okay with more draconian rules on points, like they can expire if you don't get more points. Every 30 seconds you lose an earned point if you don't get a submission or more points, regardless of the activity level.
Holy shit, that would be confusing.
Stallers would feel that the worst. All of these things would encourage better jiu-jitsu, at least at first blush. With that, my glass of icebreaker whiskey is gone and I'm done here. Cheers, gents. Love always, Paul.
I don't think that was in there.
Maybe not, but I said it anyway.
Yeah. He still loves us.
I like draconian rule sets.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I think they should just keep on fucking with the rule sets until they get it right.
Why not?
I'm still biggest fan of, damn it, EBI.
Yeah, you still like EBIs. Yeah, I don't mind them. Yeah. I really don't. There's just so many. Competition's tough. We try. I know Paul tries to not talk about it a lot either because it's not our shit.
It's not our shtick. Yeah, we're literally grappling dads, old man jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
like
we literally can talk about jiu-jitsu all day, but competitions, woo.
Yeah, because we don't do them. I feel kind of remiss.
I do because and that's why none of anything that Paul says. Well, obviously he says it all as a friend, but none of that would hurt my feelings because I don't do competitions. Right. Like I just don't. I never have an urge to do it. Like Larry's like, I just want to say I did it. Fuck you. I can say I didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
perfect. I mean, and I can say that because Larry doesn't listen very often, even though he's a fucking senior correspondent. So, but yeah. So just remember that, guys, when you're listening to these things.
Yeah, just our opinion.
It's our opinion on something that we don't do. So you guys make us do this because you ask fucking questions about this shit to us, and we try to answer. We make it entertaining.
Yeah, most of our pro tips are sent because we had an email and we're like, that's a good question. So if we can answer it, we will. If Croyler can help, then he certainly does.
Yeah, and we like getting Croyler in there because he's going to give you that.
He's done everything.
Yeah.
He's been heavy into the competition. Yeah. He's been heavy into training people for competition. Yeah. He trains people for anything they want. You want it for health benefits? Cool. You want it for self-defense? Cool. You want it just because you like the chess game? Cool. Yeah. And he can coach anybody to anything because it's his entire life. It's his entire family legacy. So he's kind of a really good go-to person to have.
Yeah, and we use Paul, Elliot, we have a number of people, Chris, Pep, and Gia. We love bringing everybody in for you guys so we don't give you all shit answers because I guarantee you're getting a bunch of shit answers from us. That's what we do.
I think where we, air quotes, stand out is because we have the same struggles as a lot of you do.
And we're willing to talk about them?
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point we got to talk about my sweet meltdown I've had the last 2 months.
Today's not going to be that day.
That is not going to happen today.
But I do like the fact of talking about like depression and how it helps depression, how it helps PTSD, how it helps veterans, and I do want to get into that because it's a big part of jiu-jitsu for a lot of people.
And it's getting even bigger. Mission 22 literally has a section of Chris's part of that, and that's and we're trying to help out any way we can with them. Larry's actually spearheading that for us, so he's kind of taking over, trying to communicate with people for us because he's going to come on the show. We're going to try to get Chris to write something for us. Hey, Chris,
get on it.
You'd be the perfect guy for me. I know you hate writing stuff for the show, but
do it anyway.
But do it anyways because you're a great guy. You've been around it. You're part of it. We would love to hear your thoughts on how
I would like to hear your thoughts about the Mission 22 aspect.
Yeah. Or we defy any of those. And I think they all have awesome things. We want to help as much as we can. So if we can have a show on it, it's going to help out. So just as soon as Chris gets off his ass and writes us something, then we'll have Larry come in. And,
how far away is he before I start talking?
Rochester, in Indiana.
Ooh, that's closer than.
Yeah, it's pretty
Paul.
close. That's Indianapolis. And dude, he looks. Have you seen Chris? If you take off the goatee that he had once, he's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. His wife doesn't like his goatee.
Though, and I'm a blue belt, so
so he could kick your ass. He could really kick your ass.
Oh God.
So, but yeah, that's something that we just want to bring up. We talked about it before the show. It's something that's really important to us because it's a big part of jiu-jitsu. When you walk into any gym, I guarantee you there's a good percentage of the people there that are vets. It's just they
and vets or not, there's a good part of population that do it for the therapy.
Yes.
It's literally their
huge
therapy.
Yeah.
It's how they can get out of their own head.
Yeah.
It's because
that's something Larry talks about.
Yeah, it's one of those things where. Like meditation's not for everybody, yoga's not for everybody, but this is what they found that they can go, I like it, I enjoy it, and when I'm practicing this art, I can get out of the own headspace where it's fucking with me.
Yeah.
And some to a large degree or other,
But we could even have Chad come on.
Yeah.
It's been I guarantee it's been therapeutic for Chad. And it's his life.
Yep.
So it makes sense.
And when Paul Elliott was on the show, he was talking about how to roll. And he goes, it's almost unforgivable when you fuck up somebody so they have to quit jiu-jitsu because that might have been part of their therapy that they needed. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's the best point that's ever been made on this show.
Yeah.
Like, people should really think about how they roll with others and their safety because this is something that they might really need in their life.
Yep.
And I realize this show kind of took a turn for the serious, which is weird, but the point
we
remains,
like to do that at the end. Really bring you guys down a level.
Yeah.
But no, it's just something that's going to be coming up. We got a bunch of stuff coming up that's going to be pretty interesting. Just from listener emails, they just keep piling up and just keep giving it to us because there is no line set. If we grab something that Croyler wants to talk about and we have an email that it's going to fit with, well, guess what? You're at the front of the line. And,
sometimes we have to shuffle a little bit depending on what we want to talk about anyway.
Well, yeah, we have to. And a lot of times, if you guys understand, if you have something you want to ask us because I guarantee you there's probably another email in that box that has a very similar question. And when we get multiple, then we really start to pay attention because it just makes sense. It's like, okay, there's 2 or 3 of the same exact question. Yeah, we definitely need to do a whole show on that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So veterans have come up. So a lot. And Larry called me out because he's like, wasn't I supposed to come on the show? I'm like, yeah, about that. So, but yeah, I think it's great. I want to do a quick rundown before we close out the show. Do you have anything else?
No, I just want to let James know that we will get to your question, but it's going to be a few weeks because we got a couple.
Yeah, there's some stuff coming up. And thanks for asking a question that literally could possibly get me and Paul kicked in the nuts. Good looking out.
A little bit of a taboo topic, bro.
It is, bro.
Bit.
So we'll touch on it.
It's a good question, though.
It is.
Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from. I really do.
Yeah, and
but yeah, we're not going to get to it for a few weeks, but we will. Yeah, so just
that's going to be a show right there.
Hold your horses, bro.
Yep. So, but we did get it, and that's one that is in the front of mind because he asked probably literally a question that we could get kicked square in the nuts multiple times by someone.
Depends on how we ask it, I suppose.
Fuck yeah. Jeez. And we're going to ask it the wrong fucking way.
Yeah.
Jeez. So, but we want to thank everybody out there. We keep growing, and that's because of you guys, and you keep passing on our stuff, sharing us. We love it, and we can't wait till we can do this a little bit more for you guys. And I know Paul over there, and I look forward to every Tuesday that we get to record.
It's funsies.
And every Thursday that we start getting emails from you guys about the last episode or something you want to hear. Dude, it freaking kills us every time. And it amazes us. I talked about it today with some of my coworkers that, dude, I have people from around the world asking me stuff and telling me that I helped change their lives. Holy shit.
It's weird. Yeah, there's no other word. It's just, wow.
Yeah, but basically it comes down, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
so thank you.
So check us out on Facebook. Give us a follow on there. That's probably the hardest place for us to fucking get people to follow us.
Hey, so since we got the death match coming up, if you're bored,
oh yeah,
get on our page and who are you voting for? Yeah. Are you voting for Andrew? Are you voting?
Have you put that up there yet?
Paulie?
Yeah, do you want me to put the poll? Did you put the poll up?
I didn't put a poll up.
I'm gonna put a poll up. You dumbass.
I'll put a poll. I don't know how to put a poll up.
There's a fucking button that says make a poll.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Good Lord. All right, people. I'm going to put a poll up. And hopefully there was a poll up by the time this show came on so you can make fun of Paul.
I think a lot of people are voting for the old guy just because, the pity vote.
Well, we have more listeners.
But they assume that the younger, fitter, stronger, lighter, faster,
better looking,
better jiu-jitsu
smarter guy.
Probably going to win, but I'm like, I hope Paul does just because,
he does myrtleize words probably worse than you. Holy shit. Fuck that dude with words. And it's always just one word that he's just like, I'm going to fuck this up. It's like he looked at that word, gave it the finger, and was like, I'm not going to say it correctly.
Right. Knowledger.
Knowledger, everyone. Knowledger. But, yeah, check out the Jiu Jitsu, the podcast.
Just Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah, just Jiu Jitsu.
If you're bored, you need a nap. It's pretty good shit.
But no, they're good shit. You should check them out. And follow them also. They're a lot less interesting.
Yeah, and we got a good back and forth hatred going, so you might as well keep up on both sides.
Yeah, might as well.
It's actually fun, yeah.
Listen to the first 5 minutes. They get it out of the way.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, bye guys.
See ya.